we are on the way. Let me know if you can hear me or not. When you guys ever get there first, let me know if you can hear me if the wind's going. I'm going to let you guys in on a little tip. I was listening to the tube this morning as I was getting ready to leave, and I heard Stephen Cox. I don't know if you know the name of his new channel is Stephen Cox's other channel. He got divorced, and apparently his wife gets some money out of it, so he don't want to grow no more. I don't blame him. But he's having a problem with getting a title for a 2006 Dodge 2500 or 3500. It's a nice truck, but the guy was dying who sold it. He gave him a bill of sale with the title, and he lost the bill of sale. Therefore, he cannot get a title for it in Texas. If you ever have a car that is more 15 years old or older, there's a thing called the Vermont loophole. A lot of people don't know about this. You don't have to be a resident of Vermont. You can live anywhere in the country and register a car in Vermont. Vermont intentionally has their system set up this way for this very reason. If you have a car that's 15 years or older and hasn't been reported stolen, through the mail you can get a title for that car in Vermont if you choose to title your car, as a lot of people do. You can register it in Vermont, get Vermont tags for it. Now, as soon as you get the title from Vermont, the title transferred over to whatever state you live in and have a title for your state. And Vermont, like I said, Vermont knows this goes on. Research on it. I don't know all the specific stuff. I know there's some paperwork you can do, obviously, do it through the mail, and but you can definitely do it. If you search in your search bar, Vermont Loophole on YouTube, on the YouTube search bar, if you search Vermont Loophole, a channel called Uncle Tony's Garage comes up about this topic, and the kid in the video walks you through the whole process of it and how to do it. And people all the time won't buy cars because they don't have titles, or they lost a title, or somebody died, or any of that shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whose name the car was in prior to you having it. None of that shit matters. As long as it wasn't reported stolen or hasn't been reported stolen, you can get it. Information there. And a lot of people don't know it exists. I didn't even know it existed until a couple years ago, and then once Uncle Tony's Garage put out a video about it, it really showed, like you can see in the comments, nobody knows about this. So hopefully people will start taking advantage of it and quit junking these cars and get them back on the road. Oh, well, damn it, sorry, lost you. But hopefully people will stop junking cars because they don't have titles, and that are more 15 years old or older, and take advantage of this. And it doesn't cost a whole lot of money either. It's just some simple shit. So if you find any old cars without titles, people selling cheap, as long as it's more than 15 years old, you can get it titled 100%. You can get it titled. If you don't believe me, as soon as you get done here, search Vermont Loophole on YouTube and watch Uncle Tony's Garage's video about it. So we're on our way right now to go look at a job. Actually, we're going to go do a job, but we got to go figure out what the job is exactly. We're going to be doing a bunch of landscaping at one of my customers' houses. We got the first, I don't know if you can see it or not, back there on the trailer. We got the first lumber off of Travis's land. I cut down it was a standing dead white oak I cut down. We needed some boards for this trailer. So I cut the white oak down and took them over and had them milled. And the guy charges $60 an hour to mill them. He originally told me he would just keep half of the lumber, but that changed. Actually, he originally told me $55 an hour, $50 an hour. Then it went to $55, and now it's $60. But somewhere in that time, he said, "Hey, just bring me the logs, and I'll cut the wood and keep half the wood and give you the other half as payment." Because I told him, I was like, "I need the wood, but I just don't have a ton of money." And now that's all changed, and now it's only if he needs the wood. So, it is what it is. But we're rolling. Shit's moving forward. We're progressing. It's slow. There's bumps in the road, but shit happens. Got to get over it. Press on. I mean, they can't take your birthday, right? Well, I mean, I guess they can. If they're a cop, they can take your birthday away. But what's been going on with you guys? Anything interesting going on in the world? I see where other people are waking up to the fact that the United States government are the ones that... Did you see where they had U.S. Helicopters and shit on radar flying around right where that happened at? right when it happened. Yeah. Who do we know that jumps out of helicopters into the ocean in the U.S. military? Sounds like a SEAL team job to me. Guess it could be CIA. Probably SEAL team. Doing their duties for their masters. And of course, it's leading to more bullshit, as it always does. Man, I'm starving. Now it's time for something to eat. I'm surprised he got that many boards. I was wondering if he was going to be able to get the 3 boards we needed out of that tree, because it had a real bad crook in it, a real bad bend in it. But we couldn't see it when it was standing. Once we cut it down is when we noticed it, but we didn't think it was that bad until we got it cut down. It was standing dead, so it was firewood anyway. But once we got it cut down, it's like, damn, I hope he can just get the 3 boards we need out of it, because we needed 3 18-foot 2-inch boards. So, which, you know what? Yeah, he cut them right. So I don't think he cut them right now I think about it, but he did. And we got, I think there's about 10 of them back there, man. I'm really surprised you got them. And they're heavy as shit too. An 18-foot, 9.5-inch wide, 1.5 thick oak board is heavy as fuck. He wanted to go get the damn skid steer, and I started loading them up by hand, you know, just to help out. You know, I mean, I know I wasn't getting anything done that he could have done with the skid steer, but then he didn't go get the damn skid steer because I started loading them by hand. I look, son of a bitch, I screwed myself again. But it happens. You know, do 140 in traffic. No, that is liberating. Oh, I was just doing 120 like the other night in Travis's SRT. He let me drive his Challenger the other night. So me and Silas took it for a ride, and I got it up to about $120. But there's not too many places out here you can do that. I wasn't real familiar with the area, so I didn't want to have to take off from the cops and Travis's car. Although I would, if I was in that car, no way in hell I'd stop for a cop. No fucking way in hell. Especially not these bitches driving around these SUVs. Kiss my ass, I'm gone. Hey, that car runs good. He's got a little bit of work done to it. Not much. Just like I think he's got like a cold air intake, and I forget what he might have had it programmed or something. He's gonna have it checked out. He's never noticed it. But he said he never noticed it. I noticed it though when I took off. So I never take off from a dead stop in a car because it puts a lot of unnecessary stresses on the car. You know, unless you're like drag racing at the strip, there's no need for it. So I would take off rolling 5 or 10 miles an hour and then just get into it. And when it shifted into second gear, I don't know if it was hitting the rev limiter or what, but it would fall on its face right when it shifted. You know what I mean? Right when it would go to shift, it'd fall on its face and then shift, and then. But thing's pushing like 525 horse or some shit like that. And even with the traction control off, I was really surprised it wasn't melting the tires off of it. It was hooking up. I mean, it wants to get a little swirly when it hits second gear, but it was fun. Silas had a good time. My wife wasn't very happy about it though. I got a little bit of a talking to about putting my son in danger. I'm like, I'm his damn dad. Shut up. Don't make me punch you in the mouth again. Get going 120, hit a tree with your ass in the car. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, we did. I did get a talking to though. I'm not kidding about that. It's weird. I remember when I was younger. When I was younger, Christy and I were on our way to court. Here's how attitudes change. Christy and I are on our way to court. I'm literally doing, I had to been doing 90 at least. I mean, I was in her little, she had a little, was it a Corsica? Little shit like a Chevrolet Beretta looking car. And I went to pass a big row of cars, like 4 or 5 cars. In the center of these cars was a dually hauling a horse trailer who decided to turn left and didn't have any lights on his trailer. And when he turned right in front of me, man, I'm going like 90, and there's a big old row of cars, and it was just, you know how fast people turn. And I saved it somehow. Don't know how. I cut through the cars, went off in the ditch up into a field. It was a whole big mess. Got back on the road, and we went and made it to court on time. And now I get yelled at for doing 120 with my kid in the car. Like, it makes no sense. I gotta run here and get a drink, guys. I'm sorry. I'd be what they call dying of thirst, but I'm not really dying. I'm just thirsty as hell. So give me a minute, please. I'll be back. Watch my truck for me, okay? Make sure nobody steals it. You do that. There ain't hardly to buy here, so it'll take me a second. Off to work I go. God, I think this 8 months ago, 9 months ago, I was debt free. Doesn't that suck? You look back in time, you're like, damn, how'd I fuck that up? Back to having to go to work. That shit sucks. I like it when I didn't have to go to work. Gotta put me in the position I'm in though. But anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, attitudes changing. So it just shows you how people, their attitudes change through time, because at one time it didn't matter how fast I drove. And you know, I drive fast. Especially at nighttime on the interstate. Shit. I know that doesn't sound like the best time to speed, but if you noticed, you see far less cops at nighttime on the interstates because there's far less people. And the logic is, just like with cameras and stores, the logic is that since you're the only one on the road, there will be somebody watching you, when the truth is there's nobody there. Oh, there's my wife that yelled at me. She yelled at me. Her had it talking to me, guys. Her putting me in my place. Said, no more driving 120 miles an hour with my boy in the car. I said, but he's half mine. I was driving your half was sitting back there on the curb. My half was screaming, go faster, go faster. Actually, he wasn't. When I hit 100 the first time, he said, slow down. That's why I let out of it. And then I had to talk to him. I said, boy, if you're going to be in the car with somebody who's driving, you have to put your full faith and trust in that driver. If they want to do 140, then that's their business. You're along for the ride. Don't ever tell a driver to slow down again. And then I did 120. We're walking. He's like, are you going to tell Travis? Travis what? We're going to stop right in front of Travis. He tries to dry snitch on me. He says, you going to tell Travis how fast you were going? I was like, why does he care we were going 57? He ain't going to care. I'll speed my 2 miles an hour. He's like, Dad, seriously, are you going to tell him? And I'm thinking, we're right in front of me. He don't really care, but I knew he wouldn't care. I knew that's why he let me drive it, to be honest with you. And he even said it after the fact. He's like, that's why I let you drive it, so you go out and have some fun. I knew you wouldn't beat the hell out of it. Which I know it sounds like you're driving 120, you're beating the hell out of it, but it wasn't. I'm really easy on cars, especially when they're not mine, because I can't afford to fix them. So you can't break them. Man, you know what? I need a bike is what I need. That would just change my whole mentality. But winter time's here, so that kind of sucks. You can't come up until springtime angry. Jimmy, you're not allowed in my house until springtime, and you better bring the bike or else. Anything going on in the world other than that, though? I hear Russia's about to nuke us with the tsunami nuke. Did you hear about that? Where that submarine carrying that nuclear warhead that they're going to be doing testing on, and it's allegedly like a 2 kiloton nuclear warhead on it that is intended to cause 400-yard tall tsunamis. Just saying, don't know if I'd want to be at the beach right now. Oh yeah, let's talk about this shit. So, I have a major problem with this. You know, you see all the virtue signaling, I see them were gazing. Fuck. Okay, so don't get a bad attitude because I said fuck those people. Those people are not victims. They chose to live in Florida. The pro is the beach is right there. The con is a fucking hurricane come through every few years and wipe your ass. Why should I have to feel like I need to give to them or our, you know, the tax dollars that this fucking government extorts needs to go to rebuild the shit that was just the last hurricane? It makes no sense. They choose to live there. The pro is they're in miles your fucking house getting flooded. That's on you. If you guys send me some money in PayPal, I'm going to go down and see what I can do to help out. Fuck you. And fuck them too. They're as bad as the damn mom waiting on her PEBT credit. Yeah, I see that shit too. Tennessee's giving some kind of credit for, I don't know what it has to do with, something to do with school. And some bitch on Facebook whining about, has anybody got the PEBT credit? And I'm like, why would you want it? Why do you promote the extortion of the people around you? And then everybody jumps in and defend this lady because she's a hard worker and all this other nonsense. I'm like, well, if she's a hard worker, it really doesn't make sense now. But people are too stupid to understand what they support, man. It's fucking clown world. I hate that term, but it is goddamn clown world. I'm about to lose you guys again for a minute. But I'll be here. Just hang. If I lose you, just stay tight. I'll be right back to bitch some more. But fuck those people in Florida. In South Carolina, everybody else gets hit with the goddamn hurricane. You can choose to move. And then guess what? Hurricanes through Middle Tennessee. Hurricanes don't, well, I was going to say hurricanes don't go through Ohio, but that's not really true because there was hurricane force winds from a hurricane, I don't know, a decade ago maybe, and then again a long time ago. But it's just, there's nobody can think for themselves any longer. And if you go against the grain, by God, they're going to chew you up and spit you out like they own you. Because you're mean and evil and have no empathy and have no sympathy. What's wrong with you? It's nothing wrong with me. It's what's wrong with you. I had a guy tell me if I didn't like the way society was, China, that you would like it better there. But it's mob rule because we've been sold the lie of democracy. And, you know, and that's like how virtue signaling works too. Those insurance companies pay out. Insurance rates go up because of that. If nobody lived in any of the coastal areas, your home insurance rates would be like we've all been lied to and suckered, and it's so the few can gain, you know, an extreme amount of wealth off of the peasants who are incapable of thinking. It blows my mind that I just wish people would think just freaking split second of thought. That's it. It's about falling in line, man. That's where we're at, and that's where we're going to be, and that's why freedom is dead. Because the sheep rule the country now. Our fathers and grandfathers failed us. They failed to educate us. But all right, I gotta go. I'm at the job. Got shit to do. You guys have a good day. Stay safe. Stay wonderful. Don't send those people no money in Florida. Fuck them. Tell them to move. Take that damn insurance check and move. And your house will not get blown over by a hurricane again. If you move far enough away, that is. Damn, they went to town in that place. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Stay safe. Peace.